You were chosen for something bigger, but no one told you what this place really is. At first it feels like power, like control, until you start noticing things that no one else seems to notice, and it doesn't happen all at once. It begins quietly, subtly, almost like nothing is wrong at all, and by the time you understand it, it's already too late. Level 1, the invitation. You arrive at the exact time written on the envelope. No earlier, no later. The building stands quiet, indistinguishable from the others around it, no signage, no guards, no indication that anything of importance exists inside. Just a door, slightly open, as if expecting you. You step in. The air changes first, cooler. Still, every sound feels absorbed before it can travel. The interior is minimal polished floors, muted walls, soft lighting placed with intention rather than decoration. No reception. No greeting. Only people. They are positioned, not gathered. Standing at measured distances, dressed identically, their movements controlled, efficient. No one looks directly at you for more than a second, but you feel observed from every angle. You check the envelope again. Your name is still there, printed, not written, precise. A man approaches, not quickly, not slowly. His pace matches the room. Wait. That's all he says. No explanation follows. You take a position near the wall. Others stand nearby. Some arrive before you, some after. No one speaks. When someone attempts to, the words fade quickly, under the weight of silence. You begin to notice patterns. Who stands closer to the center? Who keeps distance? Who moves without hesitation when a subtle signal appears barely visible, yet understood by everyone except you? Time passes, but it isn't measured here. Eventually the same man returns. You may leave now, he says calmly. Or you may stay. Die if you leave, this ends. If you stay, you proceed. No pressure. No persuasion. Just observation. You look around. No one reacts. Then you decide. You stay. And as nothing visibly changes, you begin to realize this wasn't an invitation. It was a filter. Level 2, the first layer. You are moved without announcement. One moment you are standing against the wall. The next you are being guided, no physical contact, just presence through a corridor you hadn't noticed before. The door closes behind you without sound. The room ahead is different, smaller, divided. Stations arranged with precision. Each one identical, yet occupied differently. Some people are already working, others are waiting. No one looks confused. You are assigned a seat by a simple gesture. No instructions follow. On the surface in front of you, a set of materials appears: documents, symbols, fragments of information that don't fully connect. No objective is stated. No outcome defined. You begin anyway. Around you, movement is controlled. No wasted gestures. No unnecessary speech. When someone finishes, they don't announce it. They simply stop, and someone notices. You test something, asking a quiet question to the person beside you. They don't respond, not because they didn't hear you, because they chose not to. You adjust. You stop asking. You start watching. Patterns begin to form. Those who act too quickly are corrected not by words, but by removal. There. Station is cleared within minutes. No acknowledgement. No explanation. Those who hesitate too long are left behind. Their presence fades into irrelevance. You begin to understand the balance: speed without impulse, precision without certainty. Across the room, a door opens briefly. A name is called, not yours. You notice who gets called first. You notice who never does. Time passes without markers, but eventually someone stops at your station. They don't review your work. They observe you. Then they nod, almost imperceptibly. Continue. The word carries weight. Moments later, you are redirected, this time through a different door. It opens, and doesn't close behind you. As new spaces reveal themselves, you begin to understand surviving was only the entry requirement. Level 3, the inner circle. You enter a quieter space, not silent, controlled. The room is smaller, but the distance between people feels intentional. Seating is no longer assigned randomly. Positions reflect something earned, though no one explains what. You are guided to a chair, not at the edge, not at the center, somewhere in between. Conversations are already in motion, not direct, not complete. Statements are fragmented, layered with implication. Timing matters more than scale. Visibility reduces leverage. No one asks for clarification. You don't either. A document is placed in front of you. Not instructions, context. Partial insights into systems beyond this room. Markets shifting. Narratives forming. Outcomes predicted before they occur. You are not told what to do with it. but others begin speaking referencing it without acknowledgement. Their contributions are measured, concise, no repetition. You observe the rhythm. When you speak, you mirror it, not adding more, only aligning. A brief pause follows, not rejection. Assessment. Then the conversation continues, unchanged. You remain. Across the room, someone enters. The tone shifts slightly, not dramatically, but enough to be noticed. Conversations narrow. Words become more precise. No one acknowledges their presence directly, but everyone adjusts. You follow. This is where you begin to understand belonging here isn't granted, it's maintained. Information flows differently at this level. You receive more, but never all. Every answer introduces a boundary you weren't aware of before. And above those boundaries, something exists. You can feel it in the pauses, in the omissions, in the moments where conversation stops, just short of clarity. You are closer now, but not close enough. As the discussion ends, no conclusion is stated. People leave when they've extracted what they need. You do the same. And as you step out, you begin to realize understanding the system isn't the same as seeing it. Level 4, the architects. You are no longer directed where to sit. You choose, and that choice is noticed. The room is larger now, but less occupied. Fewer people. Wider. Spacing. Longer pauses between interactions. Conversations no longer revolve around interpretation, they shape outcomes. A screen activates at the far end. No announcement. Data appears in fragments, economic indicators, behavioral trends, controlled variables mapped across regions. No one explains it, because no one here needs it explained. A discussion begins without a clear start. Statements enter the room like precise instruments. Shift the pressure gradually, delay visibility by one cycle. Let them arrive at the conclusion. You recognize the pattern. These are not observations. They are instructions. You contribute. Not fully. Not forcefully. Just enough to alter direction slightly. Small adjustment. A timing change. No one reacts immediately, but the next statement incorporates it. Your input has moved something. You don't ask what. You already know better. Time passes differently here. Decisions are not rushed, but they are not delayed either. Each one lands with quiet certainty, as if already tested somewhere unseen. You begin to notice boundaries. Certain datasets are referenced, but never displayed. Certain names are implied, but never spoken. When conversation approaches specific points, it redirects smoothly, deliberately, not avoidance. Control. Across the room, a decision is made. No vote, no debate, just alignment. You watch as everyone accepts it, without question. Not because they agree, because agreement is no longer required at this level. You understand something now. Influence here is real but incomplete. You shape outcomes, but you do not define them. And for the first time, that difference becomes impossible to ignore. As the room empties and systems continue moving without pause, you begin to see the edges of your authority and the presence of something beyond it. Level 5, the hidden layer. You stop focusing on what you are given. You begin focusing on what is missing. The systems still move. Decisions still pass through you. Outcomes still align with precision. But now, you track the gaps. The moments where information should exist but doesn't. A report arrives incomplete, not redacted, structured that way. You compare it with previous patterns, cross-reference timelines. Small inconsistencies begin to surface, not errors, but misalignments that repeat too precisely to be accidental. You follow one, indirectly. A request is made not for access, but for clarification. It moves upward, then sideways, then disappears. No denial. No response, just absence. You try again, adjusting the path. This time, the delay is shorter, but the result is the same. Around you, nothing changes on the surface. Conversations remain sharp. Decisions remain efficient. But something subtle shifts in your proximity. People respond differently. Not avoidance. Reduction. Fewer details offered. Shorter exchanges. Eye contact held. Just a fraction less. You are still inside the system, but no longer moving with it. You test a boundary. A file that should exist. A layer that should be accessible at your level. It doesn't open. Not restricted. Undefined. That's when you notice it. There are decisions being executed that never pass through any visible structure. Outcomes appearing without origin. Adjustments made before the need is recognized. This system is not the top layer. It is an interface, a controlled surface, and something else operates beyond it without visibility, without structure, without trace. You don't find it, but you confirm it, and that changes your position. Because now, the system adjusts to you, not openly, but precisely. As access narrows and silence expands around your presence, you begin to understand the moment you start seeing beyond the system is the moment it starts seeing you. Level 6, the exit, you stop measuring the system by its size. You start measuring it by its design. From the outside, each level looked like ascent. More access, more influence, more proximity to whatever sat at the center. But from here, the pattern resolves into something cleaner. Every promotion expanded your reach and narrowed your view. Every threshold gave you a greater role in shaping outcomes while removing the context needed to understand them fully. The higher you moved, the more efficiently the structure concealed itself. Not with force, with function. You review the path behind you, the invitation, the silence, the tasks without explanation, the rooms where everyone understood more than they said, the decisions that arrived fully formed, the layer above influence, the layer beyond hierarchy. None of it was chaotic. It was calibrated. A system built to reward movement, not comprehension. You continue attending meetings. You continue speaking when necessary. On the surface, nothing changes, but your attention has shifted. You no longer study how power flows through the structure. You study what it depends on. Obedience without language, ambition without destination, progress without perspective. That is what keeps it alive. Then you notice something else. The few names that seem to matter most eventually vanish, not through punishment, not through failure, but through absence. No ceremony, no record, just quiet removal from visibility. At first, it looked like loss. Now, it looks different. You understand that the people who see the full shape of the machine do not remain inside it. They step beyond its need to be recognized. So you make your decision the same way this world made all meaningful decisions. Quietly. No declaration. No confrontation. No final audience. You simply stop climbing. And when no one comes to stop you, the final rule becomes clear. The system was never designed to imprison you, only to discover how much of your life you would trade for another level.